Locations, apparently.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Altadena Talks. This is the Tony Talks edition. It is Tuesday. Brian is frozen, as you guys can see. I'm gonna pop him out of here. He said to go ahead. He'll come back on in a minute. This is, I believe, episode 330 because I don't think he switched it. Huh?
Oh, I thought it was 330 also.
Yeah, I don't think he switched yesterday's. So yeah, it is episode 330. We'll get everything up to date. I'm one of the co-hosts, Jamal Smith.
Hey, I'm Tony. Sorry. I'm Tony Bailey Rains. Hi, y'all.
Hey. So welcome to day 2 of this latest week. We had a very detailed conversation yesterday about the project where we are cleaning up the lots for those who have their lots overgrown. Tony went into great detail on what was going on. She has some updates today, and I believe that's the primary topic of today. And, we'll later on get into the announcements and what have you. Just carry on that conversation this way. So I shall pass
this thing is taking off, is all I could say, which I figured once people started hearing about it, it would. But I told you guys, Brendan Lamar and I spoke after church on Sunday, and he was heading up to Sacramento to do, they're doing some legislative stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he texted me about an hour ago, about 9:00, saying, "Good morning, Miss Tony." He literally has 15 people ready to volunteer to clean lots on Friday. So though we're not technically starting until next month, or so I thought, we're going to be somewhere cleaning lots on Friday. I told him, okay, I'm going to send all the details. So I have about 5, maybe 4 right of entry forms. And I told him from 9 to 12. So if I get more people, some of these volunteers that have signed up to volunteer, I'm going to email them today, all of them. I have 20 now. It was 10. I got about 6 more yesterday. But if I can get more people to volunteer, if we wind up with, say, 20 people on Friday, we'll be able to do 2 lots Friday. So Brandon said he has some tools that they'll bring. I'll bring all the ones that I brought the other day. I need to restring some of the weed whackers. You got to put the string in it and put it through because we used a lot. But the blade, the cutters are in perfectly good shape. I probably need to go buy a few more tools, including the batteries and the battery chargers, so that on each lot we can have them. We did get a donation already to our campaign on Give Butter, and it came from Molly Perkins, who is the woman whose house the lot that we took care of on Saturday. And so she gave us the Jamba Juice, but they also did a donation. And then she put a wonderful thank you with some photos before and afters of the work that we did. And so I'm super thankful because she was our pilot, right? The Perkins were our pilot program or pilot lot, and she actually put on there it was so dope the way she put it. It's in the Altadena. Let me see if I could pull it up. My computer decided to do a update right before we came on. It was like you need to update all your browsers and all that. So I was like, okay. But if I go on the beautiful Altadena page, about an hour ago, maybe an hour and 15 or so minutes ago, she put a really nice let me find beautiful Altadena, if I could find it. Anyway, she put pictures, but the way that she phrased it is what I really liked. It was like, there's the group. Okay. Let's see if I go to the page. Here it is, called Thorn, Rose, and Bud. And I thought this was so dope because she broke it down in those categories. And so it says Thorn, and the Thorn, if you click on the top, She has Thorn, Rose, and Bud. And so she has Thorn, and it says, last week we signed with a contractor after 15 months. This was such an accomplishment. The same day, we received a violation from the city of Pasadena for our overgrown lot. The insensitivity to fire victims by the city and their lack of, because you remember they live on Waldorf, which is just below the Altadena-Pasadena border, but they're in the city of Pasadena. And their lack of help or solutions was not only another kick to the gut, but it stole our joy for our major milestone. Because literally that's when, she said, or I put the thing and she reached out saying they need their lot cleaned. So I called her, I emailed her first and then I called her. So this is the part of the rose. The very same day she reached out to me, which she did. And then I called her, Antoinette Elizabeth at Altadena Talks, who posted about a Neighbors Helping Neighbors yard cleanup initiative. Tony calmed my frustrations because she was pissed on that phone. Prayed for us over the phone, and she said she'd make sure the yard was cleaned up within a week, which I did, because I literally was like, can I pray for you? Because she was really frustrated and upset. And I'm being a person of faith, believe in prayer and believe no matter where it is or who I'm praying for, it can meet them at their place of need. So I prayed for her and she was really calm afterwards and said, thank you. And then the bud was on Saturday morning, there were 9 people out there cleaning our lot for us. And she put Pasadena Talks team. I know she meant Altadena Talks team, neighbors, volunteers, and hired day laborers showing up for us. Even our neighbor, Mr. Mike, who saved our lives the morning of 1/8, was out there helping with our lot. And then she tagged who she could of us, basically what I had put. She said, we can't wait to be back in our neighborhood and paying this act of service forward. In the meantime, I want to share what this amazing organization is doing. Altadena Talks is truly a grassroots movement, helping fire victims and Dina return. So then I love it. She put, if you'd like to donate, there's the link. If you want to volunteer, there's a link. And if you want to do yard cleanup, there's a link. And Neighbors Helping Neighbors, the hashtag. So those 2 top pictures, if you click on that one first, that was when I pulled up in the truck. That's the curb and that tree, that oak tree, and what it looked like before I used the brush cutter to go all around the tree and take all the overgrown. And then all that right there from the curb to the sidewalk is the parkway. And that's what the city of Pasadena was giving her a hassle about. Like, even though technically that belongs to the city and they should be doing it, they're not. So anyway, that picture and the picture to the left, that's the after I mowed it. Because remember, I told you I left my lawnmower and I told my son, oh my God, I got to mow this, bring my lawnmower. So that's after I mowed it. And this is right before we left, the picture that was taken where we had blown it. And, with the blower, I edged it and all of that and cut all that. So I thought that was so dope because I remember sending her pictures and I remember saying, I took a before picture. I can't find it, but I had texted to her like right away. And so she was able to put those up there, which I thought was super dope. And then she has more pictures to the right of like the guys out there. This is after, you guys saw yesterday how tall it was before, but this was after we cut down the weeds, and this was the before. So that was the before, and then she took the one of the house, after, so you could see the work that we did. And even like I said, they have a camera on one of the trees, so they could see all of us out there, and that's why she sent those Jamba Juices. So I thought that was super cool. So I'm thankful that she put this post up this morning because I put one up with pictures and videos, but then her as the homeowner. And she was so thoughtful in the way she did it with the thorn, the rose, and the bud, right? And I thought that was super dope. So I can just tell you this initiative is taking off because, like I said, Brennan Lamar told me he'd be up through the week. And I told him I'll text you on Thursday so we can sit down and talk about how we can work together and you can collaborate with us. But I got at 9:00 a text from him that he has 15 people ready to volunteer. This is what he texted me. He said, good morning, Miss Tony. I have a group of 15 who wants to do a community project this Friday. Do you have some lots that need to be cleaned this week? So I said, yeah, I could use them and we could do 1 or 2 lots. So I have, like I said, about 4 right of entry forms back. As people do them, I will kind of prioritize them on the list because the first ones to give it back were Molly and Nate. And, but on Friday, he has 15 ready. I have a list of 20. I'm going to put it out there. Anybody else want to come out on Friday? We could use you. If I get 15 more people or 10 more people, then I'll be able to get 2 lots done during that time. 9 to 12 is what I gave him, which is 3 hours. But the 9 of us did it in 3.5 hours, that whole lot. So if I have that many people, 15 ready, if I get 15 more, 10 more, whatever, we can divide and conquer. And oh, good. Sherry says she's available. I love that because we were out there Saturday. I am too. I'm going to take off on Friday and be out there, and however many, I'm going to email the whole volunteer list because I now have 20. Oh, hold on, y'all. This is a very important call from Black Freedom Fund. This is Mark Philpart. Hold on one second. Jamal, can you?
Yeah, go. So as you can tell, this is actually a very successful endeavor that we've kind of undertaken. Tony has obviously spearheaded this and is doing a fabulous job of coordinating everything. But as she's going to get into a little bit later, this is kind of taken over, no pun intended, but like wildfire. There's a lot of folks who are wanting to have their lots cleaned up. And I believe our number really ballooned from the 100 plus that it was yesterday to, she didn't give me the number today. She said we were actually going to talk about it during the show because I wasn't on early enough to catch the little banter that we have, early on. So I'm sure she's going to let us know what the details are. But those who've already volunteered, thank you. Those who are going to volunteer, this coming up Friday, which was completely news to me. I didn't know we were going to do something on Friday, but apparently we are. Thank you so much. And just get the word out. If you can spare an hour, 2 hours, the whole time, that'd be great. If it's a little bit of the time, that's perfect. As she'd indicated yesterday as well, if you can bring some water, that'd be very helpful. Maybe some light snacks or what have you. That's what I was able to do this past weekend. Wasn't able to actually do the work. But, every little bit helps, even if just getting the word out. So we're going to see where this actually grows to. And hopefully, as we clear these lots and we spray them down with the solution that is going to retard the growth of the weeds, hopefully people don't have to worry about having this done again in the very near future. We know we can't completely get rid of weeds, that kind of thing, but we can slow down the growth. And, hopefully that'll be the case. Excuse me. Now, we do have a new flyer, and this is one thing I'm actually going to check. It's the same information. We have an additional sponsor, and it is Project Passion, which is, Pastor Brandon Lamar, who runs that particular ministry. And, I'm not sure exactly how or which day we're gonna start, because we've been saying the 15th. Brian has actually mentioned a little earlier today that the 15th is a Friday, and I think Tony originally wanted to start this on the Saturday, but seeing as we're doing something this particular Friday, I don't know if we're going to stick with the 15th or 16th. We'll kind of stay tuned. We'll get this cleared up before the end of this particular show. And again, this is very exciting. It's neighbors helping neighbors. This is just what we, really wanted to do. As indicated from Molly's post, this is a grassroots project, and everything we're doing is at no cost to the folks who live here. We're doing it specifically to help them out during this trying time. You're very welcome, Sherry. I know it's a small. I appreciate the fact that you appreciated it. Thank you. We know it's tough times for everybody, so anything we can actually do to help out, it's really cool. And hopefully some of these other organizations maybe hop on and want to join us and kind of help out as well. Because as Tony had mentioned a little earlier, the more people that we actually have to volunteer and help work on these lots, the more that can be done in any one given day. And therefore, we can kind of knock out more and more of them in a shorter period of time than originally anticipated. And, you don't have to do it every single week or every single time something's out there. Just whenever you have some spare time, that would be very helpful and a very nice gesture to get back to not just your neighbors, but the community itself. Looks like Brian is going to try to hop on. His computer might be working now.
Yeah, and it's going to just shut down altogether. You know,
I thought you were going to use your hotspot.
I am using my hotspot.
Oh, and it's still dry?
Computer. Yes.
Oh, wow. That's weird.
We'll figure that out, though.
Yeah.
Soon enough.
So I don't know if you were hearing what I was talking about. Just really kind of.
Yeah, I was listening to it the whole time. I said, look at Jamal over there carrying the show. I waited about 5 more minutes. I was like, he's good.
Oh, yeah. I guess I can talk when I need to.
No, I'm messing with you. We did actually have a great time. I made a new flyer. I forgot to. Did you see it?
I have it.
Okay. So
I wasn't sure if we're going to do the 16th now or if we're going to keep the 15th.
We are going to do this. No, the 15th is a Friday. He's talking about this Friday.
I know, but what I'm saying is, given the fact that she is going to do something on Friday, I didn't know if she wanted to keep the 15th or not. But I do have the new flyer.
It's actually the 16th because we're not doing Fridays. The 16th falls on a Saturday. Because I wanted to make sure that was the right date.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to clarify earlier.
So yeah, we're back. We're trying to make sure. So we almost got about 100 people signed up for lot cleanup.
I thought we had that already yesterday.
No, I think she just found that out, but I think it was 80 yesterday.
Okay. So here's a new one. As I indicated, we have an additional sponsor, which is Project Passion. I put the date beginning the 16th, so I did change that. And we should be, kind of good to go. I'm gonna just pop her off while she's talking. Let her go ahead and talk. She can add herself back in a minute. What we probably will have to do as well is maybe add the donation button or donation QR code later. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll do that later on today.
All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry, and thank you for removing me. Hi, Brian. Glad you're back too.
You got 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was.
This computer is counting
literally,
right
now. To me, an important call from Mark Philpart. He's the CEO of Black Freedom Fund. And he was like, Sasha Renee Perez called him, I think yesterday or something. And he told her about this. And she said, I need details on the fines, on what's happening, all that. And I just told him, I need a place to dump the trash. I need either County Public Works to say, this is where y'all can take it, or we leave it in black bags on the lot and they come pick it up. And so he said, all right, I got you. He's getting ready to, I'm going to send him a detailed message. I told him we need more tools. We need more money. We need, but I also told him that we're going to do another lot or 2 this Friday. So even he is telling people about it now, which is fabulous because I had a call with him Friday. And then Nikki, who owns Octavia's Bookshelf, was talking to him and he was telling her, and she was like, oh my gosh, can you put me in touch? Because my lot is overgrown and I need it too. So the word is definitely getting out there. I think it's going to snowball, you guys, and be huge in no time.
Oh, that's all right, though, because the more people that find out about it, the more people can join in and help out.
Exactly. And
really
if you have somebody like our senator now that knows, then it will also get probably to John Harbedian, who's our assembly member. And they have the power and a lot more resources and connections than just little old us, where they can say, because he said, I'll tell Sasha about the trash, and then she can lean on the county to do the right things and have them help, right? Which is what we want. So the fact is, like, this is crazy because Friday will be 2 weeks since I put it on that beautiful Altadena Facebook page the first time and just put the links to the spreadsheets. And now we're not even 2 weeks out and it is growing. And I'm super thankful. Even my son, when I talked to him yesterday, I said, you're likely going to have to be one of my team leads that goes from lot to lot to make sure that things are operating smoothly because I can't be everywhere at one time. And he was like, yeah, I know, Mom, we're going to have to do it as we grow. And I was like, okay, cool. So when I talk about, we'll have like all of Loma Alta on one day, all of Las Flores being done on one day, all of Mariposa or Mendocino, or Santa Anita, we'll have a team lead that will be able to go to one or two of those streets to the different lots and say, okay, what do you guys need? And that's the point of contact people will call if they need something. Somebody that will go by and take the waters, unless people bring them. But I'm going to email all the volunteers today because I do have a list of 20. I'm going to ask any of them if they would like to participate Friday. And if so, on top of the 15 that Brandon Lamar has, if I get 10 or 15 more for Friday, we're going to knock out 2 lots Friday, because we can literally divide that number. If we have 20, if we have 25 or 30, because like I said, just the 9 of us, including Sherry Cosley, who's on here, we can get this taken care of and start knocking out these lots. And I said our date was May 15th, which is a Friday, but on Saturday the 16th that we would really start big. But I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. We might be starting now because on Friday we have them. And one good thing is, if that's the case and we do stuff during the week, then, you know I can tell my son, hey, I need you while I'm working this morning, go be the foreman, whatever. Also, someone told me they have a lot in Altadena that we can put a shipping container, and I'll probably get the half-size one, and we can have locks, cameras, and go to the sheriffs and say, this is what we're doing, and we need you to watch it at night or whatever. But he said, Tony, I will let you guys put stuff on my lot, and obviously I'm not going to tell where that is going to be, but and we could keep all the tools there, which is great because I can't keep bringing them back and forth and all of this. So I'm super excited. I'm going to send Mark this email. He's going to reframe and email Sasha Renee Perez, Senator Sasha Renee Perez, and some other contacts. So I told him I'm going to send him the link where if people want to donate, they can. If people want to volunteer, they can. If people have the request, they can. That's what he did. Hi, Brian.
No,
I know because it gets blurry, so I was just doing it. But it's incredible, you guys. This is grassroots, but sometimes this is what it takes, just a thought. And like I said, I prefer to be a solutioner instead of a complainer. Brian, are you frozen again? Yep. He's like, hey. But it was just like, let's do it instead of having people potentially hey, Brian, potentially fined. Let's go out there and do something instead. So as of right now, I have 115 people, including one at 9:25. So someone just signed up a few minutes ago, and or an hour ago, and his is on another Loma Alta. So lots on Loma Alta. And that might be the street on the 15th or the 6th, Saturday the 16th, that we are able to say, all right, you guys, we're going to tackle all these houses on Loma Alta. I have both East and West Loma Alta right now, but there are 8 houses on Loma Alta, 2 on East. No, 1 on East and all the rest are on West. And then I have a lot on Las Flores. I have 7. I have more coming on Mariposa. Right now there's 4 or 5. Mendocino, Santa Anita, I think I have 3. So as we get together and do these things, obviously I email the owners, the property owners, and ask them, please have your friends, your family, yourself present, because this isn't just us doing it, it's neighbors helping neighbors. And if it's your house, the expectation is that you want to be there to make sure your lot gets clean. And if you cannot physically do something, that's fine, but I still want you there because I want you to be able to say, oh, these are flowers that we want kept, right? Or, oh, don't do this. And then we do the rest. And if you got friends or family that are able, or neighbors, have them come out, because then we'll clear your lot and then we're going to go on to, the next on the list or whatever. So 115 lots request and 20 volunteers as of this morning, and we got 4 more yesterday. So it's coming along, and it's exciting to see that people want to do this together, which is what it really, really takes, right? As a community, is us all saying we pitch in where we can. So some can come and don't have a physical limitation. Others like Brian, who have a physical limitation, even though he helped out Saturday, but had to take a few breaks because his back was
He's
hurting.
still recovering from that.
And I know, yeah, I'd rather him come with the jokes and the camera to take pictures and video, because he'll joke and have people laughing, which is part
Keep the
of
spirits
community.
up and everything,
Exactly.
energy. Yeah.
And then there are people that may not be able to do anything, but they want to come and bring water. And then, hey, cool, go distribute it out to the people that are, doing it, or snacks or whatever. That, I don't want anybody thinking that you just have to come ready to operate a lawnmower or bag up yard waste, and all this. Whatever you can come and do. And the more bodies, the merrier, is how I feel about it. So I have a few right of entry forms because I send those out to everyone. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 or so returned. And so I'm going to contact those that have returned them and see if they want their lot done Friday. One lady, she is in the process. I sent her the ROE this morning, but she's on the East Coast right now. So again, like the ones that are in Mississippi who we did Saturday, I told her, here's the right of entry. And if it's okay with you for Friday, I do have a crew that will go out. So it may be her lot and another one that we can get done on Friday. I'll see you about Saturday. It really depends on the schedule of volunteers, and when they can do it is when we will do it. But the larger kickoff or whatever, when I hope we can do 10 or more lots, will be May the 16th. My goal and my real desire is to have 200 volunteers, right? If we have 200 volunteers and the equipment, because I am sending something I found the senior VP for the West region for the Ryobi Tools, the parent company of that, this morning, and he's in Los Alamitos. So I'm getting ready to send him a whole letter to say, this is what we're doing. These are the tools we're using. And I'm gonna go outside, matter of fact, and take a picture of all of them that I have, side by side, and say, I really need this. Because one of the things that about these cordless electric tools, they're great for the environment as far as not putting out pollutants and stuff because they're gas powered, but their batteries are expensive. Some of the batteries can be held in my hand, the smaller voltage, but then there's this other battery pack, and whether you get a 4H, a 6AH, or 8AH, one of the batteries I bought last week was $329, the 8. But that will give several hours of runtime. And if we're on these lots, we need several hours of runtime. So I have the campaign open, hoping we can raise $100,000, because my goal really is, if Ryobi doesn't give us a bunch of tools, but we keep buying them and batteries and battery packs, we're going to spend lots of money, but they will fully be used for Altadena, Pasadena, for this initiative. And then afterwards, since we are going to have the storage facility with all of these tools, why don't we have our own Altadena tool loaning service where people can come and check them out, and they don't have to go buy them once they have their lots, right? There are gardeners out there who lost everything in the fire. Maybe we can loan them to them if people are going to rehire them to do later. But if it's something that could be community and more sustainable than everybody having to go get tools because we buy them and we can loan them or have them on a loan program where people sign them out, that's ultimately, I think, something that we could do that will be really good for the community. So super excited about it. Super excited about getting phone calls like I just got with people that know people that know people that can make some things happen, because I surely can't do it. And I do not know everyone. And I don't always know. I know how to be kind and professional, but I don't know all of the political speak and how you have to frame things, because that's what Mark was just talking about. I said, well, I could email Sasha Renee. I said, I've had her on the show. I said, you know what? No, I'm going to email you everything, including the wish list and, all this stuff and some before and after pictures from Saturday. And he said, perfect. And then he'll pull from it, reframe it, and get it out. And he said, no, I'll copy you so that, they know what you're doing. So, yeah. And then I think that Jamie said he was going to contact he knows, I think, the assistant to Tyron Hampton, Councilman Tyron Hampton. And then he said, oh, and think about Justin Jones. Well, I know Justin's wife, Natalia. I can call her and she'll answer and say, hey, Mom. And I'll say, this is what I need Justin to do for his district, right? Somehow have the city of Pasadena go pick up this trash. So if we can get a commitment from the city of Pasadena Public Works, and then if I can get a commitment from LA County Public Works, that we will go and freely clean these lots to keep the fire hazard mitigated, to keep people from being fined and potentially having to spend more money, which is ludicrous when they're already doing this. And the fire department or whomever receives a complaint, instead of doing a referral out to someone that could fine you, call us, send an email to us, right? I'll add them to the list. And then once we do the lot, I'll tell the city, this is who we're doing on Saturday. Can you have your public works come pick these bags up Saturday evening, Sunday, or Monday, right? And the same with the county. If we can bag all the bags, I think we had 30 or 40 bags Saturday, and put them at the front of the property, not in the street maybe, but just lined up nicely. And public works people can go pick them up and put them in the truck and take it to the yard waste place.
Yep, that'd be ideal.
So much, and that will be a great collaboration between all of us, and that's what I'd really like to see happen.
Oh man,
yeah.
all I know is this is you probably didn't hear me earlier, but I made a pun. It was unintentionally related to the fires, but this is growing like wildfire. It truly is, and I think part of the catalyst for this is people hearing that they potentially could get a fine or be cited for potentially having to spend some money. In addition to them just wanting to be safe as well, I'm sure they don't want to, be the potential cause of any sort of damage in the future, because we know summer's coming, the weather's going to get crazy, it's going to get warmer and drier. We are going to get Santa Anas, and there is always that potential in this area for fire. So, people are going to do it for their various reasons, and we're happy that they're kind of taking it on. But to your point, a lot more people hopefully will volunteer to do whatever they're capable of doing.
I think they will.
There's no little task that is, not going to be thanked and appreciated.
Yeah.
And it's just going to grow. We'll probably get some more. I had also mentioned earlier when you're on the phone, some other groups will probably get involved, bring some of their team to help out as things, grow on a more regular basis. And that'll be helpful as well. So, however it grows, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do, or do what it do, baby. Yeah.
Well, even though Brandon Lamar is up in Sacramento doing legislative work, he texted me this morning. I literally told him Sunday, I'll get with you because I know you'll forget, so I'll talk to you about it on Thursday. He didn't forget. He texted me today, right?
He's probably getting some calls about it too.
He might be, but the fact is, Brandon knows everybody. When something was popping off a couple of weeks ago, the governor's office called Brandon because he is sitting in meetings with everybody, right? And he is a younger politician that's doing great things in our community. So he told me on Sunday, he was like, oh, we're going to get the job center to volunteer and come help. And I was like, the job center costs $25 an hour per man, right? And he was like, oh, but they just got money. Like they get grants and stuff. He said they just got money. So I'm going to get them involved. And I was like, okay, cool, right? So there are people whose reach is everywhere that understand the importance of this and that have seen the post on Facebook, like, what I've been posting the last couple of weeks. But then now this one from Molly, she has her name is Molly Perk, which is great. But from Molly, and she put the links, like this is where you can donate, this is where you can volunteer, this is where you can request it. And so people are seeing it and they're probably like, oh, and the fact that it's a free service because we're volunteering, neighbors helping neighbors, there's nothing better than that. People get to see each other if they're displaced. But when you have them in Mississippi, and when you've got, what is her name? Susan, she emailed me at 4:39 this morning. I got up around that time and was reading my Bible and praying. I tried to get up early and get that out of the way first. And by the time I was finished, I actually looked at the email. So I emailed her right back. probably 5 o'clock-ish or a little after 5. And she was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think you'd be up so early. And I was like, it's all good. And so she was like, I didn't see the right to entry form. So I emailed it to her and then let her know that, hey, I might be able to have someone on your lot on Friday. Because she's worried, but she's in New York or on the East Coast, she said.
Of course.
So, right. So she's worried she could get fined and she's out there and doesn't have control over it. So people like that are super, that are displaced and far, I really want to help them by taking away that worry factor, right? Because look, we're out here. I'm going to text you. I'm going to send you before pictures. I'm going to call you that morning to make sure that what you want to happen is going to happen and what you don't want won't happen. And then I'm going to text you pictures after. I'm going to send them to you, right? And so that's how literally when I think about, okay, it's 105 people, but I'm emailing. Like I stopped yesterday at the one at 646. And then I have all these other ones that came in last night after that. 10:52. Oh, that was AM. Then 14:47. So 1:47 at 4 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock last night. We got some more. And then we have the one today. So I have about 8 more that I need to email this morning. And I send it out, the email to everybody to say, hi, this is what we're doing. Again, it has the links to everything. If they want to share, they can share to others, the volunteer form, the and what I did add in the email yesterday was the expectation that they as the homeowner be there and
That's
participate.
huge.
Right. And participate and or bring their family and friends to participate also, because this is their lot and not just to tell us what they want, but just like Habitat for Humanity, they require sweat equity. If you are getting a property built or remodeled or whatever by Habitat for Humanity, and I have done it, I have volunteered and built several homes, helped build several homes with them. But H for H, part of it is you must participate. Your sweat
makes sense.
has to be involved. So I want people to participate in cleaning their lot. And if that means they can only rake up some trash or use the blower and blow something, that's still you participating in your lot. And this is a neighbor thing, right? So that's what we're doing. And I'm super excited. And I think it will continue to grow and just snowball uphill instead of downhill, because it will grow and be better. And more neighbors will get together and we'll do it. And who knows, in a few months, if the weeds are back, and we have enough tools, that's when we can start the tool loan program. And they then, with their block people, captains, neighbors, whatever, can continue, this process, hopefully.
Heck yeah. You know what I was just thinking? This might be in some ways a benefit mentally for folks. And what I mean by that is
Absolutely.
they are kind of going back their lot. They're going back home and doing something with it and improving on it, even though they physically can't be there, because prior to this, perhaps, they're kind of toiling with trying to figure out how to, who's going to rebuild their house and dealing with insurance. And maybe they drive by and they're, see the vacant lot, might be a little depressed, but they can actually get engaged with their property again. And this might be a benefit to them as well. So hopefully that'll be the case.
Yeah, hey, it just takes literally an idea, right? And hopefully that's what it is. So
and your concept of having them obviously be involved makes perfect sense, but to then invite their family and their friends to do that as well for their property, I think that's gonna be huge. That'll definitely be really, really huge. Sweet.
Yeah, that's my hope.
Well, I updated the flyer to reflect the 16th, and as each day goes on, this we'll keep everybody up to date. And that's what I said while you're on the call. These dates may change, so just we'll let them know what's happening, because this is definitely an organic kind of situation. It's growing as we speak, and turning into something that we're not quite sure in terms of the size and whatever, but it's a beautiful thing.
Look, again, I will say this: Pastor Jonathan DeCure, who is a pastor of Victory Bible Church, who's my pastor, has a book out that is called Your Purpose is a Solution. It's been out for a couple of years. but he talks about helping people find their purpose. I call him the purpose pusher because, baby, you deal with him for any minute, you're going to learn which purpose is, or to learn how to recognize and walk in purpose.
Mhm.
And for me, I have felt so much more in my purpose since the fire happened and being part of Altadena Talks and doing the things that we've done and the Thanksgiving thing. And now this, I wake up so excited every day. And when I'm having to write a letter or think about who next or whatever, I do it with excitement because I know that I am fully walking in my purpose. And this is benefiting someone else. And that's what's important to me, is that it's for someone else. No one should have to pay to get their lot cleaned or worry about a fine because they got an abatement notice and all of that right now. And for me, again, I think it was January when I went to my parents' lot and spent 7 hours on a Sunday morning. I was there at 7:30 in the morning and was there until 4 or 4:30 or whatever. But I literally, till 4 I left. I spent 7.5 hours on my own just doing it. I didn't tell my kids. My sons were like, why you didn't tell us? We could have helped. Because by that evening, my back was like, girl, you did that by yourself. And it was 16 bags of trash, of yard trash that I had to get rid of. And did it on my own, right? But all I knew was my parents would never have their yard looking like this. They had a gardener that came weekly or whatever. So I need to get out there and clean it. So right now, I might go up there today because although it's supposed to rain today, so weird. But the front looks half decent, but the back, the weeds are taller than me and they're all over. And so now that I have the brush cutter, I could go in there and just like ching, 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 and get them knocked down in no time, right? But it would never take me 7 hours again, even if it were by myself. So just having that pilot lot, the trial lot on Saturday for the Perkins, I didn't know how many people it would take. I didn't have a group of volunteers. So I told my son, like, hey, what you doing Saturday? I need your help, right? My older son. The younger son works because he, is a UPS manager and he works like Tuesday through Saturday. So I knew he couldn't. But my older son was like, I'm there, Mom. I got you. I was like, cool. Then he got on the phone and called friends and was like, hey, Saturday we're going to be at blah, 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 blah. I was like, are you going to ask them? He was like, no. I said, Lord, you're definitely your mama's son. But he told me.
He knows his relationship with his friends too.
Exactly. And so Kent, who's like a child for me, been in my house since they were little, and friends showed up and brought a young man with him. And then said, Mom, I'm going to go to the job center. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get a couple workers, and paid for them to come because they're $25 an hour. So when he had to leave because he had to go to work, he shot me to $50. They stayed another hour. I paid the difference. But, and even Sherry came and she was like, here's $40, right? Towards whatever. You came and dropped off water.
Yeah,
that's what community is, right? Like everybody participating however you can. And so by the time, and then the neighbor again, and he came, went back home. He didn't say I'll be back. He was like, okay, I just came to check because, I did talk to them. And yes, you guys are going to be here volunteering. And I told them what we were doing and all that. Next thing I know, here comes Mike, jeans, shirt, all that. And he stayed about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
And how amazing is it that he saved Molly and her husband's life, though? Because they probably were unaware.
Yep. He got them out or something. Yeah. Wow. So, and both of their lots side by side burned down. And he happens to be directly across the street. And his truck, he backs up in their lot, which is great. That's a neighbor being a neighbor, right? Because you want somebody to know, like, this lot ain't just vacant. You may not have a builder's sign and fence yet, but there's somebody here. So, and watching, right? And so he came out and was there an hour and a half, 2 hours, and helped like everybody. So we wound up having 9 people, and we laughed, we had fun, and people put in work, you guys, like for real work. And so, but 9 people, 3.5 hours. We left there at 12:05 we were done. I looked, I was like, what time is it? 12:02. We were packing everything up. We had finished, and by 12:30, all of us were gone. 12:15, I know Sherry left, Brian left. I probably pulled off last with all the stuff in the truck, all the equipment and stuff so I could get home. But when I tell you guys, everybody put in work. It was a joyous atmosphere. People were happy to be there. And that's what it's about. So for us, we're going to keep doing this. I didn't think we were going to be doing anything else until Saturday, May 16th. But I was just told there are 15 people ready to work on Friday of this week.
You can't pass up, that opportunity.
Exactly. It doesn't matter that it's not a Saturday. Like I said, if I get more volunteers or more people saying that they want to help for this week, then this program is started now, right? We did the pilot lot, but hey, if we got to go and do more, if I get 30 people, if I get 45 people for this Friday or Saturday or whatever, especially on Friday, we're doing 2 lots, maybe 3. I can promise you that. Because if I have 15 people per lot, it's probably going to take 2.5 hours. And I will make sure we have everything that we need. I have goggles. If I got to go buy more, we'll buy more. I got to get more trash bags because we ran out. But I get the heavy duty contractors bags. I'll go get those. I'll go get more gloves. If I got to get more of the brush clearers or weed whackers or whatever, I'll go get whatever is needed. And Brandon said he's going to come bring their truck and they have some tools. Excuse me. And he's going to bring those tools. So that's what this is all about. The neighbors are Dena as a community, neighbors helping neighbors. And if it continues to grow and we get hundreds, I really want 200, 300, 400 volunteers, you guys, so we can on one Saturday do enough lots. If we got 15 people per lot and we got 400 or 500 volunteers, we're knocking out lots, 30, 40 lots in one day. And that will help. So again, that's where we're at. And I'm excited about it. And we'll see what happens over the next coming months.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can segue into the announcements, and this particular segment is brought to you by Dena Fire Law. If you're impacted by the Eden fire, don't wait. Protect your rights today. If you haven't hired a fire lawyer, let's try this again. If you haven't hired a fire lawyer yet, visit denafirelaw.com and complete your claim form now. Get a free consultation with no upfront costs and no fees unless you win. So again, visit denafirelaw.com and take action today. And with that, I'm going to remove a few things and get ready to do the announcements. That and here we go. All right, we'll start with Project Passion's Freedom Shop. It's for Eden fire survivors, and it'll allow you to get some home essentials, and it's by appointment only. It happens on Mondays and Tuesdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The location is Harambe Ministries, which is 1609 Navarro Avenue in Pasadena. And to book your appointment, you can either go to calendly.com/Project Passion Inc., all together, one words, all capitalized, or you can scan the QR code. And we want to thank Project Passion for becoming a partner with ours for our project of cleaning up the lots. We also have the Eden Health Village still providing the free medical and mental health clinics on Mondays and Wednesdays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Walk-ins are available, where you can come by to schedule your appointment in person. You can also phone them with questions or to set up your appointment at area code 951-595-7032. The location is 1280 East Washington Boulevard in Pasadena. And then we have tomorrow, the Juicy Little Society presents. It's a new flyer for the We Out Here market. It's this is kind of designed for those who are coming for the first time. So if you're visiting for the first time, they got you. If you're an Altadena fire survivor and it's your first time visiting you may actually receive a free gift card, and that'll be while supplies last. It is first come, first serve, and it must be your first visit. And so you'll have to provide proof of Altadena residency in order to do this. And if you recall, the first 2 hours are strictly for Altadena residents. The last hour of the We Out Here market is available to everyone. So, and she has a reminder for the returning residents. On Wednesdays, they wear pink. So must be dressed in pink to receive a raffle ticket if you're interested. So this latest one will be tomorrow. April 22nd from 12 to 3 at the world famous Fair Oaks Burger parking lot. This is located, I don't believe I had that, it wasn't on there. It is 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. And it is the We Out Here Market. So definitely check that out if you are interested in getting some good stuff. And then we have Dina Heals has their men's healing circle taking place on Thursday, the 23rd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's with Yancey Cummins and Mike De La Rocha at the Paseo Outdoor Mall, located at 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 151 in Pasadena. Join them for a men's healing circle where men can share, connect, and heal together. To RSVP, please go to bit.ly/D as in Dina, H as in heels, -sacred, -lessons. And then also at Dina Heals, there's free yoga happening on Saturday, the 25th. This is guided by Yancey Cummins. The doors open at 9 a.m. with the class beginning at 9:15. Again, at Paseo Outdoor Mall, 300 East Colorado Boulevard. This is Suite 151 again. Yoga mats are provided and walk-ins are welcome. However, they do recommend that you RSVP by going to bit.ly/D as in Dina, H as in heels, /yoga. And then we have Webster's 100th, their centennial celebration. It's happening on Saturday from noon to 4. It's so join them for some live music, community artists, pet adoptions, kid activities, local food, and 26-cent drinks and more. This is Webster's Community Pharmacy, located now at 2333 Lake Avenue in Altadena. If you have some questions, you can call 626-797-1163 or go to the website websterfarm.com. Dang, it's hard to believe that's 100 years they've been around. And then also on Saturday is the encore event of the Jazzy Jam Glam Prom Dress and Suit giveaway. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Paseo Mall. This, again, is at 300 East Colorado Boulevard. This will be in Suite 141 and Suite 150. To actually set your appointment and schedule your appointment, you want to go ahead and scan the QR code. If you have questions, you can reach out to info@jazzyjamforempowerment.org. Now, related to this, they will need some assistance for setup, running the event, as well as the cleanup. So Jazzy Jam for Empowerment is asking for volunteers for April 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And if you're available, please scan the QR code to volunteer. And please pass this along to anyone else that might be interested in volunteering. Also on Saturday is the latest in the Grief Party, a grief and loss vision board experience put on by Dr. Tamitra Clark. It's happening on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And it's at Deliverance Tabernacle Church, located at 1299 Sunset Avenue in Pasadena. Come receive support and healing as you gain tools to embrace the pain, honor the loss, and live intentionally, giving your grief a place to live and not hurt. The utensils that are going to be provided are a vision board, supplies, facilitation, support, as well as light snacks. If you're interested in participating, you can register by calling area code 626-328-7794. And if you're interested in sponsoring or donating, you can actually do so by sending a Zelle to area code 626-399-6784. There's a healthy eating cooking class hosted by Fair Oaks Burger, and there will be a Kid Station toy giveaway happening on the 26th, which is Sunday. It'll be located at 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue. There again, the cooking demo. So let's learn various recipes for healthy food, a perfect skill to master when you want to start living a healthy lifestyle. Each participant will receive fresh fruit and vegetable basket and a raffle ticket for a gift card. So it's taking place from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. and you can register by emailing homekings13@gmail.com or by scanning the QR code on the screen. And then next week on Wednesday, they're put on by the Builders Alliance is an Understanding Turnkey Building webinar. It's a community webinar for Altadena and Palisades residents. Join the Builders Alliance for a discussion featuring 3 Alliance builders who will share how turnkey construction works and how it can simplify your rebuild journey. If you're interested, please scan the QR code to register for the webinar. The bit.ly link is a little cumbersome to read, so scan the QR code. And then we have one more slide. So this is the latest of our renditions of our poster or our slide. It's now Neighbors Helping Neighbors Yard Cleanup. It's put on by Altadena Talks Foundation, Neighborhood Servants, and Project Passion. So it's our town, our lots, our futures. Join neighbors across Altadena as we clean up our lots and clean, or rather create a safer, stronger, more beautiful community. This is available for those folks who have a lot that is kind of overgrown with weeds. What we're designed to do, or what this is designed to do, is help you remove those weeds. It's not major landscaping or anything like that. We're just trying to reduce the the weed takeover so that you won't get any sort of citations and that kind of thing. So if you're interested in having your particular lot cleaned up, you can scan the purple QR code. It is the yard request, or you can go to the link altadenatalks.org /yard cleanup request. And alternatively, if you're interested in volunteering or in conjunction with it, because we do want all those who are requesting their lots to be cleaned to also volunteer to help clean their lot at least, please scan the orange QR code. This is for volunteers who want to help clean the lots. And this could be anything from doing the actual, using all the equipment and either mowing or using the weed eater or anything like that, to raking and putting stuff in the bags, to actually providing water, or like Tony was saying, maybe you're keeping everybody lively like Brian usually does, telling jokes and just having some fun out there. So you can scan that QR code, or you can go directly to altadenatalks.org /yard cleaning volunteers. And we will later have a link to our donation. We'll have a QR code for our donation or Give Butter campaign, just in case maybe you can't actually come out, but you want to actually financially help us out, so that we might be able to get either some refreshments or get more equipment, get batteries or whatever, bags, gloves, goggles, that kind of thing. So we'll have that at a later date. With that, that's the last slide. I'm going to bring Brian or Tony back on, because B is not with us right now. He's been having technical difficulties, as he usually does. So welcome back, Tony.
Yeah, and I put the Give Butter link in there as well if somebody does want to donate. Yeah, we did have a donation already from Molly, who we did their lot on Saturday. She did that this morning. I thought that was so kind. There's a big number. I'm looking for $100,000.
Why not?
But I don't think that's not possible. I absolutely think we can do more than that, because we literally, these batteries, we had, I brought both my battery packs, one with the big batteries, which only has 3. That battery charger alone is $130. And those batteries, 2 of them came with tools. One did not. I had to buy another one. That battery alone was $329. Mm-hmm. Then the other batteries that I have that are handheld, I have 9 of them. I got 2 because I bought 2 new weed whackers that use that. But I have 1 battery charger that holds 6 at a time. So I brought my generator that I always keep in the garage, and that's gas powered.
That was very
smart. Y'all know how much gas is. So my son has like a 5-gallon can that we will make sure is filled for the future. and we'll get more of those, but we got to get generators, because if we have, y'all, we have 115 lots.
Yeah.
If we want to start doing this stuff on a larger scale, where on one Saturday we could go knock out 10, 20 lots, we've got to have batteries and generators, and to charge those batteries with the battery chargers on all of those lots, because we need the equipment. So I have written a letter to Ryobi, and I'm hoping they donate $100,000 worth of tools. I don't care, $50,000 worth of tools, whatever it is. We need the batteries, the chargers, the equipment, so we can do this. And then we'll need gas. We need a place to store them. We need, all kinds of stuff. So thank you, Sherry, for being in agreement with the 100K. So I am definitely, the Give Butter campaign has a request for that, and I believe we can exceed it, to be honest. I believe anything that I ask for, it can happen. So
one thing I didn't note, though, is the ideal start date is the 16th of May, but as Tony has indicated, that may happen earlier. So
yeah, I guess the start date was Saturday. That was the trial, but apparently that was the start, because now more and more people know. And my thing is, that's only because of volunteers, right? And I'm thinking more people have time on a Saturday. But if people have time during the week and on a Friday, like I said, to get, a text from Brandon saying, I got 15 people ready to work on Friday, volunteer, then we're doing it on Friday. So I don't want limitations on that either, right? If it's on a Friday, a Saturday, a Thursday, or whatever, if we can get the bodies out there and have the tools to do the work, then we're going to do some stuff. And again, it took 9 of us, amateurs, but it took 9 of us, what did I say? 3.5 hours?
Yeah.
And because we started around 8:30, my son didn't get back with the lawnmower and the trash bags till 9. So him and them didn't start till after. But full-fledged, us working all together, probably from 9:15, 9:30 till 12:05, we were finished. So if we can do something in 2 to 2.5 hours, and I ask people be there from 9 to 12, but I have enough people. If we can, we'll split lots and equipment and go and knock out 2 lots on Friday, right? If I have more than those 15. So I'll be sending the volunteers an email as well, saying, hey, we have 15 additional people. If you want to volunteer and you have the time on Friday, please do. I have 4 right of entry forms that have been returned. So those people, obviously, their lots will be done first. And if you are displaced long distance across the country, out of the country or something like that, and that's noted, I'm really going to try to help those people. Not that people local don't matter, but locally it might be easier if a council member or somebody, if you get something to at least talk to, right? Or make a call in, because you're on the same time zone, you're local. But people in Mississippi, because literally, when Mark Philpart called me at the beginning of this call, he told her about the people that we did Saturday and that they're in Mississippi. And he was like, he just told me that Senator Sasha Renee Perez was like, I need all that information. So I'm going to give him their name, probably Molly's number, and their address of where we did it. I told him I'll also send him pictures, because he's going to send this to the senator, and then she'll be able to go potentially contact somebody at the city. My goal is, and my ask is, that the city of Pasadena Public Works, I will be able to have a point of contact that once we clear these lots and leave the bags in a neat line on the front of the property, and I am able to email that person or text that person, they will then tell their Pasadena Public Works people, go pick up these bags of yard waste from that lot. That is ultimately my goal. And then the same with the county Public Works. If they're not having to come do the work and they don't have to pay the people for that, but they can send out a truck with a few people to, go to these lots that we've cleaned, maybe on the Monday after or whenever it is. Because obviously these people don't have trash service anymore. If they still had trash service at their lots, they could easily set the yard waste for pickup from their trash service, but they don't. So it is my goal that everybody I'm talking to will have the reach or the connections to be able to help have that implemented. And if we get that implemented, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, other than the equipment and the money for the equipment, that's my biggest roadblock, or I won't say roadblock. That's the biggest hurdle that I have to jump over right now, is the trash pickup. but I know God's going to make a way and it's going to happen. And we're going to move forward with this. So that's where we're at. And we will have updates daily. Also tonight is the Altadena Town Council meeting. It's not a special meeting for like a land use committee or anything like that, like it was 2 weeks ago. But this is the normal business of Altadena. As we know, the Altadena Town Council is not its total own governing board where we can make laws or whatever. However, we do give recommendations to the county, especially when it comes to planning for land use and what people want to do here and what kind of buildings go up, where people are like, oh, we're going to build a bunch of affordable apartments now all over. And it's like, no, if we don't want that. I just had to tell a realtor who's been in South Pass 35 years. She tried to argue with me on the phone Saturday or Friday about a particular building. And she was like, oh, well, I have developers that want to buy it. They're going to tear it down and build affordable apartments. I said, not right there, you're not. On Lake, where the Webster's building is. I said, no, you're not. I said, do they realize we have Altadena community standards and they can only go up 3 stories? No, there's a state law that makes that. I said, baby, I don't want to hear about the state law. The town of Altadena, the town council debates this. They ask people. And then what happens is after it's voted on, the Altadena Town Council does the recommendation letter to the county. And that's what they do, because it's others that are trying to put stuff up and they're not going higher than our Altadena community standards. So she didn't know. So we're not arguing, but I'm trying to tell her, and she's adamant that that's not the case. And I said, okay. I said, well, all right. I said, plus your developers have not presented anything to the Altadena Town Council for them to discuss, vote on, iterate, or whatever. Well, they don't have to do that if they buy commercial property. I said, yes, they do. They can't just come in, tear it down, and do whatever in Altadena. So I said, well, okay, you know what? Since you know so much, even though you're an outsider, because you're South Pass for 35 years, you've never lived here and you're not engaged civically, I'll let you roll with that. I said, so have a good day. I got off the phone. I said, Lord, I'm not even going to let this lady get under my skin. You know, and I know what it is. I'm going to be good. An hour later, I got a text apology from her. I wasn't aware. She went on the town council's website. I see now what they do. I apologize. Something. If you want to talk to me about the building again, I was like, okay. So I told her, I appreciate your apology. But and she said, I learned something new from you today. And so I was like, good, right? So I think what has to happen is you have to speak up. So tonight there is a town council meeting. I spoke up last month about the fact that my cousin's husband, who died in February, I had asked the town council to write a letter to the family, like a resolution or something. They refused because he was controversial. Well, he was over in the tract where Anton and ISIS are now, which is more Black and Latino than anything, right? Fig and Lincoln and, you know, that whole area. And so I spoke up and I told them to their face, I think that it is a doggone shame that because you all deemed someone controversial, I said he was a disruptor. He didn't play no games. He was elected once and reelected twice. So his constituents obviously wanted him and they were thankful for what he did. But because some of you, a lot of them don't even know who he was, but because some of you thought he was controversial or didn't get along with him, you won't do a letter to a widow whose husband just passed away. So they felt really bad. The very next morning, Nick contacted me on email. He was like, Tony, I apologize about last night. I'm going to do something to change this. He called me last week. He texted me last week, and then I saw him Thursday, and we hugged, and he said, tonight, they will be honoring Billy Woye with a certificate. It will be noted in his chairman's report, and they'll have a moment to honor him at the beginning of tonight's town council. So I talked to my cousin last night. Her and her children will be there. And so you guys know I'm an agitator. My spirit agitates all kind of people, and I don't care. And I am a disruptor. Like, I know that's who God made me. And so Nick told me, he said, Tony, we also took some of your other suggestions. And now at the beginning of every meeting, there will be public comment time and at the end, because sometimes they go 2 hours and people leave and they don't want people to feel like they're not being heard. So there's going to be a few moments at the beginning for public comment. They'll do all the business. And then there will be public comment at the end so that you can comment on the business that was just done. So I'm thankful that Nick and the new chair, Nick is the new chair, and Melissa is the new vice chair, that they are listening, because it is the constituents and the people of Altadena that elected them to represent them to the county, right? And so you have to listen to your people, and you have to, in your executive committee meetings, say, hey, this isn't cool, or this isn't right, or maybe we need to change it. So this loud, squeaky mouth that has always been and apparently will always be, helped just by saying something. And so now those changes will be there. We're helping by what we're doing with these yards, and this will continue to grow, and we're going to help the community, because that's what it's about, all being part of the community. My Tribe Rise, I saw you jump on, Heavenly. You and I have been playing telephone tag, sis, and if you're still on, I need to talk to you today. I sent you an email yesterday about the lot cleanup. It has a link for donations, because you said you wanted to support us with volunteers and potentially donation. So if My Tribe Rise has a donation, please go and do that on the link today. It's our Give Butter, because we need to buy lots of more equipment, but also we need bodies. This is supposed to be starting May 16th. We did the first lot Saturday, Heavenly, just because you and I haven't spoken. And now Brandon Lamar has 15 people for me for Friday. So we're going to do at least 1 yard. If I got another 15 or 20 people for Friday, we can get 2 lots done. So either email me back on me.
Link on it now.
Oh, Brian did that too. Oh yeah, because he's in the background doing all kind of stuff. Yep. He put the donation link in the middle. Oh, I got to download that from our WhatsApp, because I got to send that to people. But the volunteer link is in the orange on the, I'm looking at it, it's on my left. The donation is green in the middle, because that's money, 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 money. And then the purple is a yard request, so people can request that we go out and do it. And it is us, Altadena Talks. Neighborhood Servants, Michelle White has joined us. And as of this morning, Project Passion has joined us. And so right now it is the 3 of us. Heavenly, I already know you're going to be like, put my name on the flyer. I'm going to donate, and I'm going to be part of this effort too. And I'm going to give you bodies. So My Tribe Rise will likely be collaborating with us and be on the flyer as well. And we just got to do everything that we got to do, because our community needs us in this next phase in this way. And so if this is how we do it, then this is how we do it. Hey, that's Montel Jordan, right? This is how we do it. Anyway, I'm acting like B now, singing songs that pop in my head. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And if any of you can make the meeting tonight, it's at 7. People usually get there around 6:30-ish or whatever, 6:45. And if not, you can go to the Altadena Town Council website, and you can click on the link and you can view the meeting live, because they're always live. And I believe they have ones from the previous month that are on the site. So
they have a YouTube.
Huh?
They have a YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll share it again just so they can see.
Yeah, their YouTube, and you can look at the meetings or whatever, because you need to be informed. Even if you're not here, there is a link and they go live, but you can also, you can watch them. It is the Pasadena Media, yes, because they have their van outside every month when they do it. And it's the 3rd Tuesday of the month. So it's important that we speak up and let our voices be heard, because the town council is listening. Nick is very compassionate. He doesn't rule like with an iron fist or think that he's on a power trip because he's the new chair. And the council, for the most part, does what they need to do. There is some, back and forth oil and water stuff that happens, because it's human beings, and everybody thinks that their initiative or what they're doing in their track is what's the best, but they have to represent the people in their track. And so come out or watch it and support and learn something new even on that. Good, Heavenly, I know you guys are with it, and I know you're going to do whatever. So either call me or just email me back or whatever, and let's get it cracking or kicked off. So that's it. Literally, we almost talked about that the entire show. I got a phone call, had to step off, but back, and we've talked about it again. And I'm so excited, because I think we might even go live from there. Matter of fact, Friday. Brian won't be there, but I'll be there. So maybe if I have signal,
I think.
I will log in. I thought he's gone the whole week. I don't know. But yeah, if he's there, that's cool. Maybe we'll just do the show from the lot on Friday. As long as we have some kind of signal, we can go live and show people, because we're going to start at 9. So obviously from 10 to 11, when the show is on, we'll be out there cleaning. So super excited though about it, about what we can do to help the community, and about the community getting involved. That's the biggest thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. That's what it's about. About it.
Sure is.
That's right.
So everybody have a good day. I know that you would have been able to go outside and get your vitamin D earlier, but apparently between 2 and 6 or 4 and 6, it's going to rain today. We got the most bipolar weather. Huh?
Yeah. It's not going to be a lot though.
It's like 20, 30, 40%, but it's going to rain. It's funny because I was supposed to get 2 vehicles detailed today, and I text my little guy this morning like, hey, you know it's gonna rain this afternoon? He was like, yeah, I was about to text you. All this kind of stuff. So I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work today. You come in at 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning to detail 2 vehicles, and then it's gonna rain. So we're gonna have to reschedule. But yeah, still get out, exercise, go to the gym, something. Just keep yourself active. And if you want to come out on Friday, those are the links. What I want to help? Well, then go to the links, Tatris. Go to the links. Look on the Beautiful Altadena Facebook page. Matter of fact, you can go to the Altadena Talks community page, because this flyer is there and all our links are there as well. So if you want to help, you sign up on that sheet, and as I send out to the volunteers, you'll get information. So Marcus Betts, I saw that you just volunteered, said you can mow lawns or whatever's necessary. I know you'll do. Thank you. So we got 21 volunteers. And again, I send this out to volunteers and say, hey, we have these lots that we're going to do on this date. And if they're able, they say, cool, I'll be there. I give them the address. And if not, then I do it in the next one, right? I still send it to everybody, and we'll just see who shows up. But I will be sending something to all 20 of these people for Friday and let them know we have a request. If some of these 20 can show up, plus the 15 Brandon's bringing, and if you have some Heavenly, then maybe we'll get 2 lots done between 9 and 12 on Friday. And that will be fabulous. And then as it grows, we'll get more volunteers. And come May 15th, when we do the broader launch, and we may do lots between Friday and May 15th. But that one, my goal really is to do a whole lot on that day. If we can get 20 lots done that day, I'm going to be super pleased. So we need lots of lots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, everyone have a wonderful day. It's 11:30. We've been on here about 1 hour and 17 minutes, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Enjoy your Tuesday. Join us. Go ahead.
I'll do a recap, I'm sure, of the town council meeting, on the show tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Remember, tomorrow's hump day. It's wellness day. And, it's that middle of the week. Enjoy, everybody. See you then.
Take care, everyone.